What a welcome.
Alice Springs.
By doing that, that's just saying to the kangaroos we're about to come out.
I think you've got the magic touch.
Oh my god, emu! How do you even call an emu? I'm a bit scared. Are they scary?
Cheers. Wow. And we have made it to Uluru. We're going around on a SEGWay. Good morning guys and welcome to the Red Centre. Welcome to Alice Springs, Australia. We got the flight from Darwin this morning.
We've made it to the Red Centre.
And headed straight to the Kangaroo Sanctuary. Look at this little guy. We're going to be spending the next 2 to 3 days around what is somewhat referred to as the heart of Australia. There's so many things to do here across this beautiful desert landscape, and what a way to start. We literally came straight from the airport and we're introduced to these little guys. What they're doing at this place is just incredible. Wow. What
a welcome to the Red Centre. Look at how beautiful they are. She has the most gorgeous eyelashes. I think this one's Josie, and I think female kangaroos can grow up to about this big, so about my leg height, and 30 kilos. But right now she is, honestly, look at this little foot.
And they're red kangaroos, right?
Yeah, they're red kangaroos.
I love the colour.
That one is like called a blue. I think it's similar to, like, you know how you can get different coloured like dogs. I think this one is the traditional looking red. Look at her little nose. Oh my god, she's so cute.
I think you've got the magic touch.
I think I have taken up my new role as a kangaroo mum. Look at the little foot. Why is that foot just hanging there like that? That can't be comfy.
Private sanctuary for kangaroos. So I'm a full-time kangaroo mum, and we raise orphan kangaroos. And where you most commonly get orphan kangaroos from in Australia is from roadkill. Hello!
Wow. Not only do I have a baby, I have a Joey. I was going to say baby kangaroo then, but I also have an adult kangaroo. This place is over 50 acres big. That is huge, and these actually can't be released into the wild. So they have this massive home, and they're so friendly, they're so tame. That's why they can't be released. It's so nice, and I'm just walking around holding this little one.
By doing that, that's just saying to the kangaroos we're about to come out.
You can actually see just how friendly some of these, I was going to say little guys, they're definitely big, actually are. Hello. Hey. Hello. We've got like around 10 of them around us now, and again, it's not just if they're too friendly. Some of them might be injured and can't be re-released into the wild, but these are definitely the friendly ones. They know when the food's coming. This is one of the most amazing experiences ever, to be this close to basically wild kangaroos. This isn't a zoo. There isn't like an entrance fee to get in and take photos of a small kangaroo in a cage. Look, they're out here in their environment with their family, enjoying your breakfast. Yeah, they're enjoying their breakfast.
We have a minimum, or a maximum, 15 to 20 people, and so that way it's no big group, and that way the animals, when we go out in the bush, are very comfortable around a small group of people, and you get the best out of it. And then, you know, we often come across other wildlife like cockatoos, and in summer you can see lizards walking around and the odd snake, you know, in the grass. It's the bush.
Goodbye, Josie. Aw, she's so warm and snuggly. Goodbye.
That was absolutely amazing. Definitely my highlight anyway so far of the trip in the Northern Territory. What Brolga is doing here is amazing. Rescuing them, re-releasing them, giving them a home if they couldn't survive in the wild. And it's a proper sanctuary. He only does bespoke tours. This isn't somewhere that people can just turn up. But we also learned that you actually can do a day's training and you can become a mum or a dad for a rescue kangaroo, because if you actually check some of the kangaroos that are roadkill people don't realise that in the pouch the joey might actually still be there. So they're trying to raise awareness of that, to check to see if there is still a joey that will be alive in a roadkill case. But unfortunately we have to leave. We're getting back in our car. I have to actually show you our new car, and we are driving across the red centre, across this beautiful desert landscape to one of the highlights, one of the most famous things in all of Australia.
This is just a quick pit stop, and this is actually the centre of Australia. So cool.
The exact centre point. I don't know how it turned out to be a truck stop.
I don't know how this has become like a crazy place that has emus as well. Like, I don't understand, but we're going to grab some food. I love the name, Earl Dunder.
And then get some emu food.
Oh yeah, feed the emus.
Thank you very much.
Oh my god, a huge bag of emu food. While our toasties are being cooked, I've got my emu food. Oh my god, emu! How do you even call an emu? I'm a bit scared. Are they scary? Yeah, put your hand in.
I'm not putting my hand out.
Oh my god! Come on, emu!
It's huge! Must be the coolest, most random service station, truck stop, whatever you want to call it, in all of Australia. We are in the exact dead centre. I've fed some emus. I've caused a bit of an emu fight. They're actually quite scary birds, and the toasties are good as well. Cheers. Wow. And we have made it to Uluru after around 5 hours of driving. This is probably the most culturally significant thing in all of Australia, and possibly the most famous thing to see in all of Australia. We're going to see it properly tomorrow, but we've just come up for sunset, grabbed a nice glass of red wine and enjoying the sunset behind. In the distance, we actually drove through such cool outback roads. There was like Ayers Rock, there was salt flats. Just look at this thing. It doesn't look so big from where we are now, but it's higher than the Eiffel Tower.
Let's get on a Segway.
Good morning, guys, from Uluru, Australia. Last night was so much fun. We had the most amazing time at the immersive light experience.
This is so cool.
There was over 50,000 light bulbs on show, and then we had an amazing dinner at our hotel. Cheers.
Cheers. I have a bush tucker cocktail. This is called the Uluru Afterglow, and it has hibiscus, brine, passion fruit.
Fresh from the bush.
Oh, it tastes like it's from the bush.
And we are up bright and early exploring the home of the Anunga people, and there it is right in front of us, Uluru. It is so much better in person. Photos do not do it justice, but what better way to see it than going around on the Segway? This is going to be so much fun. We've got the next 2 hours on the Segway with Uluru Segway tours, and Uluru didn't actually become a national park, whoa, until the 50s, and we actually entered the national park for the first time today. We didn't realise, but our hotel is just outside, and wow, just look at this thing. These landscapes are just unbelievable. They believe this rock dates back around 500 million years, and we're learning everything very basically today, because the Ananu people believe that we are all children. So hopefully I can take in all of the facts as we go along.
I'm at the very end of the line, so I have to wear a high vis. I quite like it, but this I think is the best way to see everything, see the landscape, and
it takes
it is
3.5
unreal.
hours to walk around the base, but we can do it so much quicker. This is just too much fun.
And I'm actually really, really good at it.
I don't know how, but for the first time ever, I think we found something you're better than me at. I keep nearly falling off, but this is definitely the coolest way to see something with such significant cultural value. And I don't know how or why, but being around it, there's like this strange sort of feeling that you get.
This is actually the last spot that we are going to be able to show you. There's actually a lot of sensitive areas when we get around the corner. There used to be a climb site that is now sorry business. Sorry business is where there has been a passing in the family, and basically you're just not allowed to show that. So this is the last part of the beauty. It's absolutely magnificent. I have no other words, but I'm so good on the Segway.
I'll see you around the other side.
See you later. Wow, that was so much fun. I think I'm actually an expert on the Segway, but we have just been dropped off at one of the sunset viewpoints, which is actually pretty spectacular. 400 million years ago, the sea disappeared, there was movement with the tectonic plates, and it basically tilted the rocks and created what we call Uluru or Ayers Rock today, which is absolutely incredible. We're just having a really quick stop here because this is an absolutely unreal viewpoint, and then we're gonna head for lunch.
Wow, 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 this has to be the best view you're gonna get of Uluru, and it's crazy to think that a non-Indigenous person hadn't actually come here until 1873 when William Gross discovered this incredible land. Just, I mean, honestly, photos don't do it justice. You need to come here and see it for yourself. That I still can't believe that that is higher than the Eiffel Tower. Wow, these are the moments that you just sit down on your little bench and take it in. Apart from these flies are crazy.
That was honestly such a cool and unique experience. Like, who else can say that they have been on a Segway and done the whole circumference of Uluru? Like, absolutely unreal. So much fun.
I feel like if you need to do one thing
it's
in
definitely
Australia, it's just to witness Uluru.
Yeah, it's so much better in person than it is in photos, and of course it looks magnificent in photos, but it's honestly so much better. But I do need to show you where we are staying. We're staying at the Desert Sands Hotel, which is actually in the Ayers Rock Resort. There's like a few different hotels, restaurants, etc. We have 2 beds, which we thoroughly enjoyed having a bed each,
Yeah,
like a whole
lovely.
queen bed
I was
each.
banished to the other bed.
It's really nice. We obviously have our TV, we have our tea, coffee, we have a balcony, and we have our bathroom, and they even gave us a nice bottle of Australian red wine. But tonight I would say that we're going for like a fancy dinner. We're going for a fancy dinner in the outback overlooking Uluru. That is unreal. Do you hear that? It's the sound of silence.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Cheers.
How nice is this? Oh my god, I feel extra fancy. We're on top of a sand dune. We've got Uluru in behind me, and we also have the sunset setting over Kata Juta. This spot is amazing.
And I just spotted canapes.
Canapes and sparkling wine. This is way too fancy.
Thank you. Canapes came out. Sweet potato, and we've even got a crocodile canape. Not bad.
Time for dinner.
How cool is this?
This is like the perfect place for everything. Like, you've got the man with the didgeridoo, you've got a fire pit, you've got the unreal sunsets everywhere, you've got pink sky, and basically sitting with loads of people that you might never have met before, which is actually really nice. But I am hungry.
This is amazing. The sun has set and we are literally having dinner under the stars, and we have so much. We've had a starter already, tomato soup, and I've got some kangaroo, some veggies, a little bit of crock because you know that's my favourite, and just so much to warm me up because we are literally in the outback right now. Wow, having dinner under the stars, learning about our universe, looking out at the sunset over Uluru, it just was an incredible, incredible experience. And the food was amazing, but the experience even better. The sound of silence, it definitely was a highlight. It's got to be the best dinner I have ever had. If you're heading to Uluru, you need to experience it. You need to experience it. It's experiencing the area in a completely different way. But we have headed back north and we have come to Stanley Chasm. We have like a half day exploring the West McDonald Ranges National Park before heading back to Darwin, and this place is magnificent. Over 800 million years old. The creek has formed over the years when there's heavy rainfall. It's completely full. Just look, got the whole thing to ourselves. We've got a couple more stops throughout the day before leaving. What a way to end our time in Australia.
Wow, this is incredible. Can you just imagine that when there's a lot of rainfall, this whole creek is free flowing? Right now we just have a small little pool, but it is so beautiful.
These views of the mountain ranges are unbelievable. You can definitely see why they call this area the Red Centre.
There is so much hiking here in the West McDonald Ranges. I feel like that special dinner that has been going for 25 years is going to take me 25 years to burn off. Absolutely crazy. But now we've headed further up into the ranges and we've actually come to a beach. I mean, it's not exactly beach weather, but this is cool.
Wow.
This was completely unexpected. So this is Ormiston Gorge. That's like a water hole.
Do you fancy a swim?
I kind of don't fancy swim. There are actually people.
I can't believe they're in there. Fair play to them because it is very cold today.
Yeah, it's a little bit chilly. The sun is shining, and with the sun at the minute, you can see the most unbelievable colour of like the rocks. It kind of is like a mini canyon, isn't it? Like
yeah. The gorge goes all the way down behind us.
The gorge goes so far.
We should have brought our bikinis, Molly. It's warming up quite a bit, and the water hole next to me here is actually caused by rainwater, but the one further behind is a permanent one because the water source comes from underground. So if the fish don't make it out of here into the main one before it dries up, they obviously don't make it. But it's just a crazy, crazy landscape. We're just walking through the gorge right now.
Wow.
It's so cool. I can't believe this is our last day in Australia, our last few hours, and we're in somewhere this magnificent.
So much.
Thank you.
That was amazing.
Thank you so much, Kimberly. It's great to meet you. Thank you. What a way to spend our last few hours in Australia. Our week-long trip around this country has come sadly to an end. We have to say thanks again to the Northern Territory Tourism for inviting us and Kimberly for showing us around today. We will link her company below. What she's doing around Alice Springs is absolutely amazing. Stanley Chasm, the gorges were out of this world. Some of the landscapes that you see in the Northern Territory are things that I have never seen before. Highly recommend that you add it to your Australia itinerary, or if you're in Southeast Asia, Darwin is like right next door, so you can do a little bit of Southeast Asia, a little bit of Darwin together. You will not regret it, I promise you. We're now back at Alice Springs Airport to fly to a brand new destination, Australia, Northern Territory. It's been amazing, but we'll see you in the next one.